Hello, my name is Mr. Thornton. I'm the Head of Business Studies and Travel and Tourism here at MEA. I would just like to take this opportunity to run through some of the Business Studies curriculum offer that we have at Key Stage 4, now that students are coming to the point at which they are choosing their options. What I'm going to do is run through what the course offers are that we have and go through some of the different content which is involved within the courses that we offer, and I will also be going through some of the reasons why Business Studies is an excellent course to choose in terms of development of life skills and employability skills and different skills that students find so valuable as they progress through towards their future careers. So I'm going to start by looking at our GCSE course offer. The GCSE Business course is the GCSE Business 9 to 1, which is offered through Edexcel. The course is assessed by 2 external examinations at the end of Year 11, and these 2 external exams are split into a Theme 1 and Theme 2. So Theme 1 is studied through Year 10, and this is all about investigating small business. And then Theme 2, which is covered during Year 11, is about the next stages and then building a business and looking at growth and expansion. As you can see from the screen, there is some information on the different parts of the content which is covered within these themes. So we have the enterprise and entrepreneurship aspects of Theme 1, with spotting a business opportunity, putting a business idea into practice, making the business effective, and understanding external influences on business. So Theme 1 is very much about where businesses are starting from, and then that sort of initial stage of development and working towards becoming a successful smaller business. And then as you can see, when we move through into Theme 2, this is more about how the business expands and looking at some of the functional areas that the business needs to use in order to ensure that that expansion is successful and the business becomes much more successful on a larger scale. We ensure that lots of students who have been studying business throughout Year 9 so far have already done some of this kind of content. It builds its way in. So many of the students will be familiar with parts of marketing. They'll be familiar with things to do with the human resource decisions that are being made by businesses, and they will also cover some of the financial aspects of business as they move through the remainder of Year 9. So students already have a background knowledge of some of these areas, which is done specifically so that they, if they choose Business Studies, they are then able to progress that information through. The second course option that we have within the department is the Cambridge National in Enterprise and Marketing. This course provides a slightly different option for the students in the way that it is assessed. As you can see from the screen, it is assessed in 3 different components. One of these components is the external examination, whereas the other 2 components are internal coursework. This course is different to the GCSE course in that for students who are both interested in working within a business but also interested in starting up their own business, this is an excellent option, as it allows the students to look at more practical ways in which businesses can be started, and also gives them the ability to be more creative in the way that they study the course as well. If we take a look at the content of the Enterprise and Marketing qualification, what we can see is that in the R064 component, this is the unit where students will be able to gain a much deeper understanding of business concepts, and this will provide the theoretical knowledge that students will be able to use in any form of business which they then go on to study in the future or work within businesses. In the R065 component, this is where the students are able to start to put into process some of that knowledge which they've gained and start to be more creative and look at how you can go about creating an actual business proposal. And as I said, this is where students start to put into practice the information that they've gained as they've been working through the qualification. In R066, once again, this provides students with the opportunity to be creative in the way that they're studying the course, coming up with marketing plans, coming up with promotional plans, and then developing those presentational skills which can be so important throughout life, where they have to then pitch their business ideas to an audience and that's then the way the course is assessed. As you can see, the RO64 component, that is the external examination, and that is assessed through a traditional exam and is then marked externally. The design a business proposal unit, that is done internally within the classroom, and the marketing and pitching of a business proposal unit is also done within the classroom as well. Business has many transferable skills which are so important for students as they progress through education and then also into their career paths. And many of these skills are used across whatever industry it is that that students are able to then move on into. So as we work through some of these skills, and as we work through some of the course, students gain skills of analysis. Lots of the work that students will do as part of the business curriculum is in relation to being able to analyse situations, analyse performance of businesses, looking into ways in which they can improve performance, and obviously these are things which can be then adapted into their own lives as well. Within the types of work that the students do, they develop presentation skills. They start to learn about the importance of presentation and being able to interview well, and obviously that's something which can be particularly useful for students as they're looking into future jobs and careers. Personal finance is something obviously that runs through the business course because there is aspects of finance right the way through it, and this relates to obviously students also being able to gain personal finance skills, which I think is something very important in terms of making sure that students know what to do with money and how to use money effectively as well. There's communication skills that obviously run right the way through the course as well, and that obviously helps students to be able to then learn how to use those skills in any setting, which is obviously very important when it comes into future employability. There is numeracy skills within there, and obviously if students have an interest in business and students want to start up businesses themselves, then obviously this is a fantastic course and a fantastic route for them to take in order to understand and learn how to go about doing that effectively. When studying business at MEA, we have a very strong ethos around making sure that students are looking at existing businesses, looking at what makes existing businesses successful. And obviously what's particularly important about that is that many of these businesses could be future employment opportunities for students. So the stronger that they are in terms of their knowledge of what these businesses are and how these businesses run, gives students the best opportunity to obviously go into roles within businesses and perform effectively, and obviously that will help with their progression within career paths as well. We have many extracurricular activities which run through the business studies department, which allows students to further develop the skills that I've previously mentioned. One of these is the Dragon's Den Challenge, where students are able to develop a business idea and then they pitch it at Manchester Airport, and this allows them to go right the way through the process of actually coming up with a business idea and understanding how to then carry that business idea through, and obviously gives them a great opportunity to develop those presentation skills and those communication skills that I previously mentioned. Other extracurricular activities that we have is the Stock Market Challenge, which students can take part in as well, which gives them a deeper understanding of the financial world and the way in which businesses operate at a larger scale, and that's worked as a competition where students can get that extra understanding, and gives a nice fun element to learning about some of the content around the business course as well. In terms of how business fits in with other subjects as students move forward as well, business is one of the most versatile subjects in terms of its cross-curricular links. It has links in with many other subjects, as you can see from the screen, and obviously this helps with students moving through and thinking about what career paths they could move on to and how they could use their different subjects and combine them together in order to get to the places that they want to be in the future. So as you can see from the screen, there's a wide range of different courses where business complements them and they can work well together. Studying business provides many different pathways for students once they reach the post-16 stage of their lives. Within the business department, we have a very good rating of students who, after studying business with us, also then wish to continue to study business as well. In terms of doing that, the options available are to go to college and study A-levels in business-based subjects, or they can also go and study level 3 qualifications, whether they be BTECs or other Cambridge qualifications. From college, students have then got options of many different degree-based courses which they can study at university. If students don't want to go down a university or even a further qualifications route, business provides students with an excellent background in terms of being able to then successfully apply for apprenticeships or places in the working world. Because the qualification is so heavily based around looking at how businesses successfully function and the type of skills that people need to be successful within business, it really does give students a strong background in terms of being able to go into jobs and be successful with the skills that they develop. So from a future pathways point of view, business really does give students a lot of very good options. And finally, just some of the jobs and career paths which students can take through studying business, and this is just a selection. There are obviously a wide range of different career paths which students can take, but because of the nature of the content of business studies, where you do look at so many different aspects of how businesses work and how the working world operates, there are so many different areas of interest that students can take, and as I say, there's just some of those up on the screen for you there. Hopefully this has been a informative presentation which just gives you an insight into why business studies is a good option for students to take at Key Stage 4. If there's any other information that you would like to ask, then please do not hesitate to contact me, and I'm more than happy to give you any additional information that you'd like about the possibility of business as a Key Stage 4 option. Thank you very much.